Class. Today we will be reading about number of nouns. My dear student, first we read about what exactly noun is. Today we will be reading about number of nouns. As we know, noun is, I know everyone know what exactly noun is. Yes, the definition of noun is, it's a name of a person, place, thing or animal. Here we will see what is this number of nouns. Now look at the board. There are few examples. It's very easy. You can easily understand. This number of noun is divided into two parts. As we know, one is singular and the other one is plural. Noun means what? It is the name of something? Yes. Now what is this singular and what is this plural? Singular means one and plural means more than one. For example, if I take like example like book. Book is a single book. I am talking about singular. Book is a singular. Now, if I add s to it, it becomes books. That means it is more than one book. Similarly, if I say cup, then if we add s to it, it becomes cups. That is called plural. There are various rules by adding es to it, by adding s to it. So here we will read the first rule, that is the first rule. You can see here, book, we are adding here s to it, it becomes books. Cup, s to it, cups. Girl, if we add s to it, then it becomes girl. If we add s to the boys, it becomes boys. Similarly, you can see here rule number 2, by adding es. Now this es we have to add at the end and we will make a new word or the plural form. Like for example, ash. If we add es at the end, it becomes ashes. Like here, bunch. If we add es to it, it becomes bunches. So similarly, there are various kinds of rules by adding s, by removing I or by adding f to it. So similarly, we will see rule number 3, that what we need to add, and just write it down on your notebook. See rule number 3. What is this rule number 3? By changing y into I and then adding es to the singular. So here there are some words, singular words or the nouns. Here we need to remove y. Y means, you can see the board here, there is army. I have written here army and the last word ends with y. So we need to remove y into I. That means instead of y, I will write I and then I will add es to it. So this is rule number 3, by changing y into I and then adding es to the end. So here you can see the board, that is army. Army, if I remove y and if I add I to it, like let us change and see what is the word. That is army, A-R-M. Instead of y, I'll write I and then I'll add what? Es. So it becomes armies, right? Similarly, baby. Baby becomes babies. B-A-B-I-E-S. Like city, cities. And the last one is duty. It becomes duties. T-I-E-S. I hope rule number 3 is also clear to you. So you can write it down in your notebook. That is army, armies, baby, babies. See rule number 4. What is this rule number 4? Rule number 4 is nothing but by adding s to the singular and if y has a vowel before it. If you just see the board, here I have written the word boy. So it ends with y. And what it is written? If y has a vowel before it. That means, my dear student, if there is a boy standing here, for example, this is before and this will be after. So if I write a letter like y here, O, Y, boy. So before y, what is there? A vowel, that is O. O is a vowel. As we know, A, E, I, O, U is a vowel. So before y, what is the word there? O. So it is saying, the rule is saying, rule number 4, that if it has y at the end and if this y has a vowel before it, that means before y, what is the letter we can see here? That is O. So instead of that, if there is a vowel before the last word or the last letter, then we need to add s to it. Like B-O-Y, boy, that is boys. Here day. A is also a vowel before Y. Okay, so days. We add S and it becomes days. And the last word is journey. Again in this journey before Y there is E. That is vowel. So we need to add S to it. So this rule number Y or rule number 4 says that if the word ends with Y and if a vowel is before that particular word or alphabet, we need to add S to it. Now, please write it down in your notebook. Now, we will see rule number 5. What is this rule number 5? Rule number 5 says that if the word have F or FE, instead of that F or FE, we need to add VES. For example, calf, CALF. So what is this rule talking about? The rule says that if the last word, if it has F or the FE, the last alphabet, then we need to add what? VES. Now let us change and see what will be the new word or the plural form. Like CAL, we need to remove the F, or instead of FE or F, we need to add VES. So we need to add here VES, that is calves. Now half. Half again we will do the same rule. FALVES. It becomes halves. And what about this knife? Again KNIVES. Knives. Isn't it so easy, my dear student? Yes. So write it down in your notebook, this rule number 5. Talk about rule number 6. What is this rule number 6 talking about? It is saying that we need to change the inside vowel in a particular word. Now see here in this word, I have written 3 words. So where is the vowel here in this first word? That is, the first word is foot and it has 2 vowels in it. What is that? O. That is F-O-O-T, foot. So we need to change it into E. So instead of double O, I will write here the plural form as feet. Right? So here there is another word, again 2 vowels is there, that is tooth. So we need to write here teeth. Right? Yes. And the last word is woman. Instead of woman, we will add here E to it and make it as women. What is that? Women. So this is rule number 6, which says that the singular form where there is vowel, we need to add E and make it as plural form, like foot is feet, tooth is teeth, and the last one is woman, that is women. Talk about rule number 7, where rule number 7 says that we need to add EN to the end of this particular word. So here I have written 2 kinds of word, that is 2 types of word, that is child and ox. So what it is written here? By adding en to it. So at the end we will write en. So child will become children, that is CHILDREN, children. And what about ox? It will become oxen, OXEN. So the word has added to it and it forms a new plural form of that word. Child becomes children and ox become oxen. Talk about rule number 8, which is talking about compound words. My dear student, what do you understand by this compound word? Compound word means it is split into 3 or it can be split into 2 words. Like you can see here, brother-in-law. That means it is split into 3 different words. That is brother-in-law. So this is compound word. Again, there is sister-in-law, mother-in-law, father-in-law. That means there is not a single word, that it is divided into or it is split into 3 or it can be 2. So here we will see this is the singular form. The singular form of, what is the singular form of this brother-in-law? It doesn't have S to it. So when we add S to it, it becomes brothers-in-law. So we need to add here S, that is brothers-in-law. If I write it here, it will be brothers-in-law. What about this sister-in-law? It will become sisters. We need to add S to it, right? And we will write sister-in-laws. Similarly, if I say mother-in-law, that means it will become as mothers-in-law, fathers-in-law. So in this way, it is changed into singular to plural form. See rule number 9. Rule number 9 is very easy, my dear student. Rule number 9 talks about the letters, figures and abbreviation. This is this means that a short form, and we need to add it to it a S. So here you can see the two words, and before that I'll tell you about figures and this abbreviation. It's nothing but it's a short form. As we write a full form, when we convert it into a short form, we used to put a dot in between it, and we need to, like CPU. So when we talk about the CPU, C.P.U, I know what exactly the full form of CPU, everyone knows, right? So similarly, here are some words in singular form, and we need to add S to it, and we will change it into plural form. So this is called as abbreviation. What I told you before, that CPU, we will write, if someone asks us that what is the full form of the CPU, we used to say like Central Processing Unit, right? So similarly, here are some words we need to add S to it and make a plural form of it, like M.A. So what we need to add? We need to add S to it. So M.A, this is the new word, that is M.A.S. And here M.P. So again we need to add here M.P, then S, right? That becomes MP. So in this way, the rule number 9 changes, and that to be we add S to a singular. Talk about the last rule, that is rule number 10. My dear student, rule number 10 talks about, like it says that there are certain nouns which doesn't have a singular or plural form. That means we can say it's an exceptional case, or we can say that there are certain nouns where if we change into plural form, then it doesn't change. Let us see a few of the examples and we will be more clear about it. Now words like, see, nouns having singular and plural alike. That means a noun word will be the same as the singular. Means if it is in singular form, when it convert into plural form, the particular word will be same. We won't add es or en or e or s to it. So the word will remain same. Like for example, if I say in singular form, if we take singular and here I'll write plural. Now let us see some word. For example, dozen. What does this dozen means? Dozen means if we are buying a banana, in shop or in market, then dozen, give me a dozen of banana. If I say like that, that means it has 12 already in that dozen. So it doesn't change. It's already in a plural form. So in singular also, if the word says it is dozen, and if we convert it into plural, again the word becomes dozen. It doesn't change. Similarly, if I say score, do we say scores? No. So the word same, it becomes same in plural case as well. So here also we need to write score. Then again 100. If I say 100, so here again in the plural form, again we need to write it as 100 without any changes. And the last word is like for example 1000. So that word also will remain the same as in singular. In plural also we will write the same word, that is 1000. So this is all about rule number 10. So I hope you enjoyed this chapter. My dear student, it's a humble request to all of you, trying to write it down whatever I have given here with examples and with the definition what I uttered here. If you have any doubt, please feel free to call me or give a comment in my chat box. Till then, thank you all and write it down. Okay? Have a nice day.